There's a huge opportunity right now building micro tools in order to generate SEO traffic for your business, and very few people are doing this, and I'm going to show you how. Even entrepreneurs who can't code a single line can use this method in order to generate leads. And the best part is you can use this method to launch within an hour. No technical skills required, just follow this video and the associated playbook, and I'm going to give you everything you need. In this playbook, I'm going to be showing you how to use artificial intelligence to build SEO micro tools. These are small pieces of software that you're going to use to generate leads for your business. Now, previously, you had to be able to code these themselves, or you'd have to hire a coder, and it's slightly complicated to do. Now it's super simple, and I'm going to be walking you through the steps to get this done in order to start generating traffic using a micro tool built with AI. So I'm going to hop over to the playbook itself, and you can see, as always, we have the mind map, the 5 parts that we're going to be covering. First, talking about what exactly it is we're going to build, what is a lead magnet, and why are we using AI to build out a micro tool, a single serving tool. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of what it will look like. Second, I'm going to be talking about 2 different ways that we can create the micro tool. How are we going to capture the information inside, and how are we going to build it? So the first method is going to be leveraging existing content. So finding something that is already ranking really well on Google, whether it is a guide, a blog article, or a YouTube video, and then basically using that as the basis of our micro tool. We're going to build a tool based on existing expertise. The second way I'm going to be showing you how to do it is to interview yourself using artificial intelligence to extract your knowledge about the particular topic area and convert that into a system instruction, which is going to be the basis of your tool. Then I'm going to be moving on and talking about distribution. How exactly do we deploy this tool without you necessarily having to code it yourself? And then how do we capture emails off the back of that? And then finally moving into talking about the fact that we aren't just going to build one tool, but we're going to build a whole suite of different tools. We're going to put them out there, and we're going to generate traffic from all over Google for lots of different key phrases. And then off the back of that, we're going to see which of these are the most successful, and we're going to build a product line and a funnel around it. So it's a really good way to validate and market as well. So let's jump into part 1. These are going to be single serving tools. So what I want to show you is a quick example of one of these in action. So let's say you have just started up a company, you're an entrepreneur, and you are struggling to find a name for your business. One of the first things you might do is you might head over to Google and type in something like business names, or business name ideas, or business name generator. So let's have a look at what happens when we do that on Google. So if I Google business name ideas, we get a few things. First, we get an AI overview. We don't need to worry about that too much, although interestingly, the AI overview is pulling from Shopify. So if we build a tool and it has enough information, that tool might be mentioned in the AI overview. So you're getting SEO for your tool. So that's great as well. Then you'll notice we have a few sponsored results. Again, we have Shopify, we have Atom, we have Wix. We can ignore these for now. What we are aiming for is organic SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. In this case, basically, how do we get to the top of Google? And we're not talking about buying, that is AdWords, that's something else. Instead, we're talking about the organic results. So if we scroll down, you can see these are the organic. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. And notice how they are all basically tools. They are pieces of software that you can go in, and it can help you to come up with a name for your business. So these are going to be generating a huge amount of traffic for these particular companies. I did a quick check, and I believe, let me just check here, I think it's about 20,000 people a month. I've lost it now. Yeah, about 20,000 people a month in the USA alone search for business name ideas on Google. So it's a good way to generate traffic. So the first one up here is this Shopify one, a free AI business name generator. Let's have a look at that. And basically what it is a text box where you're going to put in some information about what you want your business, or what your business is about. And then in the background, it's going to have a prompt, which is going to take that information and then generate an idea for you. How this works though is Shopify are not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They are instead doing this so that you are, 1, on their website, but 2, from here, you will search, you will select, and then it will help you to actually set up your store. So it becomes a lead generation tool. So you go in, it gives you a business name, and then it says, hey, do you want to set up a Shopify store while you're here? And a lot of people will say, Yeah, sure, that sounds good. And I think it even helps you to claim the domain and to set up a Shopify store with that name and that domain in seconds. So what they've done here is this is not a tool just to help people. This is a tool to help people and then sell to them. Shopify in the SEO game here in order to generate leads. We're going to be building something like this. This used to be a lot harder to build, but now that we have artificial intelligence, we can build something very, very quickly. So that is an example. Obviously, this is a very beautiful looking one. You can make it look how you want, but we're going to be focusing on the back end first and foremost. So what we need to do is we need to create a single serving tool. Too many people, when they are creating artificial intelligence tools, try to do too much. So for example, if you're trying to create a social media tool, I see people who try to build a tool that can pull information about other accounts, scripts, create faceless videos, and then post automatically and then engage with fans. That is too much. What we want to do is something like the Shopify store that we just saw, something extremely simple. It does one thing and only one thing. That's all that we need. So as I've said here, when somebody is searching for a business name idea, they just want a business name. They want a simple generator, a simple tool that's going to give them just that. Nothing else. They don't want a 20-page guide. They don't want anything else. They just want that. So we're going to keep our tool extremely focused. We're going to provide exactly what they want, nothing else. And then off the back of that, we're going to capture email addresses and bring them into a sales funnel. So at this point, you might be thinking, well, this is just a ChatGPT wrapper, right? Whatever we're going to build, surely somebody could just go to ChatGPT and do this themselves. Yeah, probably, but most people will not do that. They won't even think to use ChatGPT for this, first of all. And then even if they do, they may not have the prompting skills to be able to get a good result from ChatGPT. Whatever your tool is, you're going to be putting in a lot of information. I'm going to show you two methods about how to do that in order to make this a really effective tool. And you're going to be able to do this better than the average Tom, Dick and Harry out there. Finally, even if they think to use ChatGPT and they know how to put together the prompt, they may not have the time to do so. So we are just going to be putting forward a tool, making it nice and easy for them and generating traffic off the back of that. So yes, it is just a ChatGPT wrapper. What's wrong with that? No problem. Finally, before we delve into building our tool, I want to quickly talk about the fact that we are going to build a whole portfolio of these. We're not just going to create one tool, but we are going to use this tool as the basis to create multiple different variations. We're going to find a series of keywords, a series of key phrases, and we are going to build individual tools for each of those. So we might end up with 5, 10, 20 different tools, each of them generating a few thousand visits per month, and we're going to use that to stack up and build. Coming back to the Shopify example, this is exactly what they've done. They have ranked for multiple terms using multiple pages, using basically the same tool. So they have a page which is simple business names, amazing business names, cool business name generator, boutique business names, design business name ideas, etc. They could have one of these for each and every type of business name out there, and they would be generating specific traffic from potentially hundreds of different places online. So let's jump into that. We're going to be talking about search engine optimization first. Now, you don't need to know everything about SEO. I'm going to guide you through what you need to know. But the big concept here is that when somebody goes to Google, they're going to be searching for a key phrase or a key word. Coming back to our previous example here, our key phrase here would be business names ideas. Now they might actually type something like, what are the best business name ideas for my new business? Or something more complex like that. But Google is looking for the actual context, the actual thing that they're looking for, and it reduces these kind of queries down to something called a keyword or a key phrase, which is multiple keywords put together. And Google actually has the volume of how many people in all the different geographic regions of this earth are searching for certain key phrases. You can access all of that information for free using Google Ads Keyword Planner. Very briefly, this is what this tool looks like. And again, this is free. You can access this. So I've put in business name ideas here within the United Kingdom, my particular region, and it's showing me how many people each and every month search for these key phrases. So business name idea is about 6,600 with a increase of 22% over the last 3 months. Business name generator is 33,000. So that actually tells me that that is a better term to use if I want a higher volume of traffic than business name ideas. And you can also see some basic information like competition here. So medium, medium, high. And for something that has a low competition like this one, boutique name generator, it would be easier for us to claim that keyword and to rank on Google. So it's always going to be a balance between the high volume words, ones that a lot of people are looking for, how much competition there is out there. The good thing is, by following the method that I'm going to be showing you, we can actually build individual tools for each of these: business name generator, company name generator, brand name generator, store name generator, etc., all very easily. And again, I'm just using business name right now as the example. Obviously, you're going to be building different tools depending on what your particular business niche is. So let's jump in and see how we got that. Here's another example. If you run a mortgage company and you give mortgages to people, you might create something like this. This is a research report saying how to calculate mortgage payments, mortgage broker near me, best mortgage rates, etc. These are different key phrases within that particular niche. So what you're going to do, depending on your business niche, is you're going to head to Google AdWords Planner and you're going to put in a couple of key phrases that are connected to your particular industry around the kind of problems that people, your customers, have, and that's going to help you to generate ideas for keywords. Now, what that is specifically is going to depend on your industry and the problems and the questions that your customers have on a daily basis. And you, as an expert, as somebody in that industry, are in the best position to be able to answer that. You're just going to combine that with the numbers, the data that Google is going to give you in order to narrow down on your keywords. One way that you're going to narrow down your keywords is by looking at the intent. So not all keywords are built the same. There are 4 basic types of intent: informational, commercial, transactional, and navigational. Now, a lot of people, when they're advertising on Google, will aim for commercial and transactional. They're trying to sell products. What we want to do is aim at informational. We want to solve problems and answer questions using our tool. Generally, this is where the largest volume is, the most number of people searching, and where the lowest competition is. So that's where we're going to focus, not on trying to sell immediately. We just want to provide information, provide a useful tool, and capture leads, and then take them through a sales funnel in order to make that sale at a later date. If you check the playbook, I've actually created a ChatGPT prompt which will take your large list of keywords and sort them for you into informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. And then it's going to show you which keywords you should go for. So you can go ahead and copy and paste everything from Google, add it to ChatGPT or Claude or your AI of choice plus this prompt, and it's going to help you to filter to the correct type of keywords. And we're going to be using them next. In our mortgage broker example, we end up with 6 different keywords here, like how to calculate mortgage payments. Now that is informational, that is not transactional, that is not commercial. That is, I am asking, how can I begin to calculate my mortgage payments? And we can create a tool which allows people to do that, and it's going to help them to solve that particular problem and allow us to capture that lead. The second one is mortgage calculator with taxes. The third is how much house can I afford, i.e. what's the I can get with a mortgage. Overpayment calculator, interest only mortgage calculator. So in this particular niche, it tends towards calculators because that is what is most useful for our customers at this point in their journey. What we're then going to do is you're going to take your shortlist and you're going to put it through a second prompt. You are an AI tool strategist. Based on these keyword groups, suggest potential tools and variations. Each tool should solve a specific problem and have potential variations to capture related searches. That is then going to go ahead and create tool ideas for you, and it's going to come up with a number of different tools, and eventually we're going to build them all. So in our mortgage broker example, we have a comprehensive mortgage calculator, an affordability calculator, and a specialist calculator suite. And for each of these, there are a number of different keywords within. So this one here has 22,000 for the how to calculate mortgage payments, and there are some variations, so one with tax and one with insurance, which is an additional 12,000 and 4,200 searches per month. So that's all well and good. We know that there is a demand for this information and people are searching for this information online on Google. Now we want to create a tool which is going to allow them to answer their question and to solve their problem. But you might be thinking, how do I do that? Just because I know people are searching for this does not necessarily mean I know how to build a tool that's going to help answer it for them. So the first thing we can do is just look at proven solutions. Look at the existing information, the existing guides, the existing YouTube tutorials that talk about this particular topic area, and then we're going to condense that information into our own AI-based micro tool. What we're basically doing here is leveraging proven success and then creating a more accessible, easier to use version. Here's a very basic example. So for how to name a business, I would go to Google, I would put in this particular search term, and then I would look for a guide. So a topic-based blog article that actually walks me through the steps of how to name a business. So for example, unconventional guide to naming your business, set up a private Vistaprint, how to come up with a business name, 12 tips for naming your startup business, etc, etc. This is probably good. Big commerce tend to have longer guides. So I'd come over here and have a look at this. Yep, this looks perfect. So it is a longer guide, which is going to give me a lot of information that I can feed into an artificial intelligence. And it's going to give it, so for example, guidelines for business name, understand your business, use descriptive words, be literal, choose a name style. It's going to give instructions to our AI. So what I'm literally going to do, this is very rough and ready, I'm going to copy and paste all of this and then combine it with a prompt. So the prompt again is in the playbook. So you are a process extraction specialist. Take this guide/article, convert it into a clear step-by-step tool process. This process will be used as the systems instructions basis for an AI tool, and then you're going to paste in the article, and then it's going to go through and it's going to turn that into some system instructions which you can then use with whatever AI builder you choose. We're going to cover 3 in a moment. So that's a very quick and dirty way, and it's going to allow you to get something that is already ranking on Google, information that has proven itself to be useful, and therefore Google has ranked it high. We're going to just be converting that into a system instruction for an AI by copy pasting it into this prompt. Nice and simple. A second thing we can do is we can find existing tools. So for example, we might go to that Shopify site, have a look at that AI name generator tool and say, yep, I want to create something like that. What we would then do is basically screenshot various parts of the tool, and then we'll bring those screenshots into AI and run it along with this prompt. So you are a tool reverse engineering specialist. Based on screenshots, help me understand how this tool works. Identify the patterns and processes being used, note how different types of inputs are being handled, suggest how edge cases are managed, ask clarifying questions, etc, etc. And you're going to copy and paste in your screenshots of each stage of the existing tool, and ChatGPT is going to help you to reverse engineer that and work it out, and then it's going to build a system instruction for replicating that yourself. So that's another way to do it. A third way, and this is one of my favorites, is to get information off YouTube. YouTube is basically a search engine but for video content, and again it belongs to Google, so there's a huge amount of crossover for SEO, search engine optimization. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to YouTube and we're going to search for our particular key phrases and see what comes up. What are the top guides? What are the top videos about this particular topic? In particular, we're looking for longer in-depth tutorials, maybe 15-20 minutes long, where an expert is walking you through the steps that they would take. We're going to capture that and we're going to condense it into our tool. Now there's an additional step we need to take here because it's currently in video format. We need to get the transcript out. For that, I would recommend Notebook LM. Notebook also belongs to Google, and you can immediately just give it a YouTube. I'll show you very quickly. You can give it a YouTube video, it will extract the transcript and then allow you to work with that transcript. So for source, I would go to upload a source, and then you can see link YouTube here. We just paste in the YouTube URL, it will ingest that video, it will take out the transcript, and it will allow you to have all access to the information in text format. Then you can either run the next prompt inside Notebook LM, or you can extract the transcript and take it over to ChatGPT or Claude, whichever is going to be easier for you. But you will then go ahead and use the first prompt, the process extraction prompt, along with the video transcript in order to pull that information from the video and turn it into a system instruction. So that's one way to do it. We can use leveraging existing material, whether it's a guide, whether it's an existing tool, or whether it's a YouTube video. We can pull the information out of that and use it to construct our own tool. However, if you are already an expert within a particular industry, maybe you just want to get your own knowledge out and build that into a micro tool, especially if you have your own personal brand and you want to put your own mark on the tool. If you're doing this, then I would recommend you use an interview prompt. So I've written one for you. It's available in the playbook. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to run you through a series of questions in order to get your answer to the particular problem that your micro tool is going to be solving. Nice and simple to use. It says you are an AI tool architect specializing in knowledge extraction. Your goal is to interview the expert, me, about, and then you're just going to copy paste in your key phrase here. So business name idea generation, and convert that knowledge into a clear system instruction for an AI tool. And it's going to run you through a series of detailed questions in order to get your personal knowledge about this topic out from you and then construct a system prompt from it. This works really well if you're an expert in a particular field and you want to add your own flavor, your own personality to the tool. Okay, so we now have a system instruction. There's a couple of ways that we can deploy a tool. You could use a custom GPT built directly in ChatGPT. The problem is we can't actually collect leads off the back of this. There's no way to put it behind an email paywall. There's no way to ask for an email in order to use our custom GPT. So this isn't an ideal solution because the whole purpose here is to use our micro tool as a lead magnet. So I recommend a few different options depending on your level of technical ability. So the first up I would say is use Launch Lemonade. So here is a very basic example. I can put in business name generator, chat lemonade, create tool, and I'm simply going to copy and paste my system instructions I created using my last prompts into here, into instructions. I'm going to choose the model, and depending on what the task is, you're going to be using different models for this. And that's basically it. This comes with the ability to capture emails right out of the box, as well as the ability to charge if people go beyond a certain usage. So that's all you need. If you are a little more technically savvy and you want to build something that can then be deployed yourself, then I would use bolt.new. And you're going to come to bolt.new and you're going to enter your system instruction. That's going to give it the context that it needs in order to build your application for you. However, you will need to know a little bit more about the technological ability here in order to be able to deploy it on your website. So this is a slightly harder but still very viable way to do it. And then the third and final way would be to build it yourself using Cursor. Again, that's going to increase the amount of technical ability you need but give you more control. So either Launch Lemonade, bolt.new or Cursor depending on your technical ability. Here's what's important though. You should choose the method that's going to allow you to deploy as fast as possible. You don't need something that's going to be perfect. You just need something that's going to be ready and you can get out the door. Because the reason is we want to build multiple tools. We want to build multiple landing pages and we want to rank for multiple key phrases and keywords. So we want to be able to deploy 20 tools just as quickly as we can deploy one. Each of these tools is going to be embedded or hosted on a different page, ranking for a different keyword. And over time, they're going to start to draw in their own traffic from the SEO optimized key phrases that we've already researched and looked up earlier in this playbook. There is a next step as well. So if you have, let's say, 10 different tools all bringing in traffic, what you're going to notice over the weeks, over the months, is that one or two are bringing in the bulk of the traffic. This is normal. This is natural. What this tells you is that there's going to be certain phrases, certain terms, certain problems, certain things that your customers are having that they want solved. And whichever one is ranking the best, that tells you a lot of information about what it is that your customers actually want. So if you find one of your tools, one of your landing pages, one of your key phrases doing better than the others, I recommend that you start to beef out that sales funnel. So you have your lead generating micro tool, but off the back of that, you start to introduce a low cost product, a service offering, a premium product, etc., etc. Because you know, based on existing real traffic and existing real leads, that this is a market demand hotspot. Instead of trying to guess what it is customers want, we have verified proof. We have more leads coming through certain key phrases and certain micro tools, which tells us these are problems that we should be solving for our customers. So we're going to build more products and services within those particular key phrases. Okay, what's next? Just go ahead and pick one key phrase that you can build a tool around and just get started. I've given you a couple of different methods for building that system prompts and then 3 different ways that you can build up that tool. Just go with whatever's simplest for now and then you can iterate and get better each and every time. And when you do build something, make sure to drop us a link down below so that we can see it and tell us how it's going. If you want to get all of the prompts, make sure you grab a copy of the playbook. I will put the link below this video so you can get a copy there. And then you can copy and paste out the prompts and it's going to be a lot simpler. And if you like this kind of thing, I write a different playbook every single week in my newsletter. It is free to sign up. We have over 60,000 other AI entrepreneurs who are learning how to use AI to start and grow businesses. And I will see you on the inside.